Good afternoon, welcome to Fishing for Bees. This is my YouTube channel on swarm catching and beekeeping. In the past we've even given away 10 frame colonies, so if any of that interests you, please like and subscribe. June 16th, it's 80 degrees, cloudy, overcast. Not the best day to be playing with bees, but sometimes you just got to do it when the opportunity arises. Just a quick look before I dig in here. Not liking the way Zero's behaving. This thing's been a dud. This was last year's first catch. Still looks like it's alive and active, but it hasn't produced any honey. And as I said, it's last year's first catch, so very disappointing. 9 was a swarm catch. I believe it was my own bees. Had tremendous problem requeening because I don't know what happened to the queen. The swarm was early. I fully expected this one to be robbed out and not be living, because it's been a month since I've been up here. I am shocked that it looks the way it does, so that's really cool. Those are the only two that we're going to inspect as far as brood nest. Everybody else, we're up here for space. The aster, the blue flowers, are in bloom along the roadsides all the way up here. Unbelievable. I don't know that I've ever seen that many of them. So obviously I think that's because of the recent rainfall that we've been getting, so I want to get some supers on here to try and capture some clover, that aster as well. I'm not sure how much it produces. And then just like last year, we're going to be yanking off all our honey supers for our final extraction when goldenrod starts happening. So I'm going to get geared up and we're going to check 9 and 0 and then check space and everybody else with the honey supers. So as I said, I'm very pleased to see the activity at the entrance of this one. I can also say that I probably should have closed that entrance off a little bit more. I would imagine in 4 weeks this yard went through some type of a dearth, and that happens, so not gonna worry about it. I've done even less management of my bees this year than I've done any other year, and that's just fine because they're all freebies. I'm guessing I'm gonna probably have to shake this thing out just by initial look in here. Population is not the greatest. Ton of honey, no brood speak of, but a couple larvae down there, but it looks like they might be steering towards drone brood, and it's spotty laid. Light laying worker situation, but before they ruin all my comb, quite a bit of females in here, and the good thing about this yard is it's got plenty to drift to when this is gone. I'm not dealing with this. I'm not going to try and requeen it. We're more than halfway through July. We're going to do it last because shaking them out is going to really put a lot of bees in the air. I'll shake it out yards away from here. Then they're going to want to return to this spot, and then there's going to be drift going on. And first catch of the year or second catch of the year, both from this yard, both early, and both of them had queen failures and never re-queened themselves right. We had one at the other yard and this one here. The 2 earliest catches of the year had significant queen problems. As I said before, I think that the early swarming drone congregation areas weren't established well in areas. This is north of Grand Rapids, a little cooler, a little later in the season. They didn't get mated. Or they didn't get mated well. Oh well, it's free bees. Off to the next one. I am not a huge fan of this colony. This thing has been nothing but a waste of effort. Spotty brood going on with it. I'd be certainly happy if they superseded this queen before winter. Just honey, 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 man. These frames are heavy, heavy, heavy. Nobody's gonna like being ripped into on a day like today. Yeah. Drone. Next one over, a ton of drone. We're shaking this one out and taking it with us. I don't want these colonies collapsing and getting robbed out in this yard with my honey supers on, so yeah, we're off to a great start. Another one to shake out. So this was the next one of our problem children. This came out of winter super weak. Then had a queen failure with a good population of bees still, which it was fortunate. Then we gave it a queen cell. Actually, it hasn't had a laying queen since late winter. I don't really want to shake out another one. And they are pissy. They're not happy. I'm not happy. I'm getting lit up. I don't think I've ever taken so many stings in one hand as I have on my right hand right now. I don't know where they came from. I never even saw them on there. Okay, so we got some brood. There's really nothing you can do. You've triggered them like this. If you're gonna sit and worry about killing individual bees as you put these boxes together, or as you manipulate frames, you're going to take more stings. Very angry. So I am definitely not making friends today, but as I said, sometimes you gotta do the inspections when you can, not when the weather's perfect. They're not filling the front of it where that opening is on these frames. It's the first time I've seen that. I'm wondering if they feel threatened. I'll show you. See the front of the frames? A bunch of undrawn frames. Is something I'm not interested in. So we're going to close it off, close it up, and continue to take stings on my right arm. Man, I can't believe it. Got ahead of myself and didn't take you along for the ride. So the outside frame wasn't drawn out very good. So I swapped it with the one next to it, which was completely done, to encourage them to finish that outside frame. I'm going to check this one real quick. And you can see it's the same. Verify that this one's a good candidate to move over. We'll go ahead and move that over and rotate it. Drop this one back in. Man, it's close. We're going to give this one another super. That's completely drawn out. I 9-frame spaced it at the vehicle. Who the heck wants to be over here with the mood of all these bees? Not me. So a couple reasons why they could be so nasty is, I haven't been up here forever. They could have been in a dearth. They could have been in robbing season. They could have been fighting with each other up until days ago, right? Cloudy, overcast. This one's not going to need super, but they're going to need help. Bring some of these poorly drawn ones in. Quickly before I trigger the 5th colony in a row. Boy, they really poured out of this one hot. I'm getting my ass kicked today. We're going to do another trick. Okay? So all I did was feel the weight. I'm not going to pull every frame out of here. I'd like to fix these a little bit, but I can tell by the weight that this is 80% or more. It needs another honey super, and I am getting lit up today. There's no reason to be a hero, right? Read your bees. If it's not going well, adapt, make decisions. This is 80%, probably full. I don't need to go in there and figure it out. I know how bees work, and I know that this one could benefit from having more room. Sure, these frames could have been checkerboarded better, but there's always another day, and I'm just not feeling it. Taking 20 stings already in one arm. They are attacking and stinging the phone. If you're hearing some crazy stuff. The reason why I'm doing this one last is because it always runs hot. It's a candidate for a tip. We're just going to tip it. I'm going to feel the weight. Like with the other one, we're going to close it. Close that front entrance, front lip, the drying entrance. As if they weren't pissed off enough, I dropped the lid. So this day is a tough one, man. Try and reload it away from the shakeout site. You'll have much better luck with less returning bees. This one's the lightest, so at least it's not heavy, but there still could be a lot of bees down here. There's a bunch of drone doomed. Glad I brought the Makita. So just a quick look at the shakeout site. They'll probably drift back to the hive stand and hopefully find a new home. Drones probably won't be let in, and anybody that does find a new home is going to be better off, so I don't feel bad. Alright, so there you have it. We got 5 colonies in honey production, 2 of them shook out. I just have to say that I'm grateful that there isn't a financial aspect to the decisions I make in beekeeping. If I would have paid $200 for each one of those and they were nukes, I probably would feel obligated to re-queen them. Purchase a queen, $30 plus, late in the season, fight with it. This is just easier. I can just move on. There's no financial loss. One of them tied up some equipment for over a year, never produced any honey. The other one was a swarm catch, tied up some equipment for a couple months. So labor and equipment usage, I didn't have to buy any equipment. That being said, I didn't catch enough swarms to replace them anyways. I only got 6 in my holding yard, and that holds 8, so room for 2 more. It is what it is, but I will say that keeping free bees is different than keeping purchased bees. I don't have anything to compare it to. I've never purchased bees, but I know that there is emotion that comes with financial loss, and this would have been a financial loss. And I don't have that, so I'm grateful for that. Took a lot of stings today. Today was pretty brutal, but I'm grateful for everything God has blessed me with. Thanks for watching. I hope your bees are well.